and using it for good. It's crazy to think about how much has changed since then.
It's mind-blowing.
Like software's everywhere now.
Everywhere.
Communication, healthcare,
Yeah.
education. It's woven into everything.
And it's still changing.
Constantly evolving.
Especially with AI.
Right.
What do you think the next big breakthrough will be?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
It's exciting and kind of scary at the same time.
It is.
But that's what makes these conversations so interesting.
Absolutely.
You know, we're living in this time of crazy change.
Yeah.
And we have a chance to be a part of shaping that change.
We do.
For the better.
For the better.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Bill Gates' interview,
Yay.
I have one final question for you.
Okay.
If you could ask him just one question, based on everything we've talked about today,
Yeah.
what would it be?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
There's so much I want to ask. But I think knowing what he knows now about the potential
and the risks.
And the risks of AI,
Yeah.
what advice would he give to the next generation?
Wow.
You know, the next generation of technologists, innovators.
That's a good one.
You know?
It really gets to the heart of,
Yeah.
the ethical, societal implications of this technology.
Right. Like, we have this responsibility.
We do.
To use our knowledge and skills wisely.
Yes.
Not just for profit, but for the good of humanity.
I think it would be fascinating to hear his perspective on that.
Yeah.
Given his, experience
Absolutely.
as both a tech visionary and a philanthropist.
Well, on that thought-provoking note,
Yeah.
I think it's time to bring our deep dive to a close.
I agree.
But the conversation doesn't end here, right?
It doesn't. Keep exploring.
Just questioning.
Keep engaging with these topics.
The future's what we make it.
It is.
That's a perfect way to end it.
All right.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.
See you next time.
We'll catch you next time.
It's kind of like he's saying that AI can process all this information and solve problems really well, but it can't really understand or experience the world like we do as humans.
Right.
You know, like he uses the example of raising kids and watching like how they learn and interact.
Yeah.
It's not just logic and calculations. There's this whole other dimension.
Yeah.
Like feeling, intuition.
Empathy.
Yeah, empathy that AI hasn't quite grasped.
Right. And that kind of brings up some big questions, right?
Huge questions.
Like as AI becomes more and more a part of our lives, we can't just focus on the technical capabilities,
right.
We have to think about the ethics, the philosophy of it all.
Yeah.
Like what happens when machines are making decisions that affect human lives?
Exactly.
It's not just about efficiency anymore.
Right.
It's about values, morality, what it means to be human.
Yeah.
Like we're going into this uncharted territory.
Yeah. We're creating something that has this immense potential for good.
Yeah.
But also potential risks.
For sure. If we don't do it carefully.
Yeah, if we don't proceed thoughtfully.
It's like we're writing the next chapter in human history.
I like that.
And we need to be very deliberate about the story we're telling.
We do. And it's not just a story for the tech experts either.
Right.
We need philosophers, ethicists, social scientists.
Everybody.
Everyone needs to be a part of this.
And because it's going to affect all of us.
It is. It really is.
Going back to something Gates talked about.
Yeah.
His own self-discovery.
Yeah.
And like he talked about piecing together his memories to better understand himself. I thought that was really interesting.
It's so human, isn't it?
It is.
To look back,
right.
Try to make sense of what happened.
Yeah.
What shaped us.
Yeah. And even someone like Bill Gates,
right.
who's accomplished so much, acknowledges the role of luck and circumstance.
Oh, absolutely.
In his journey.
Yeah.
And he was very specific about the support he had.
Oh, yeah.
Family, mentors, colleagues. He is very clear that he didn't get there on his own.
It really underscores the importance of mentorship and guidance, especially for young people.
Right.
To have someone who believes in you helps you develop your talents. That can be so powerful.
It's huge.
It's about creating an environment where people feel empowered to take risks, learn from mistakes.
To pursue their passions.
Exactly. Pursue their passions.
It's not just about individual success either.
No, it's about building a culture of collaboration, support.
Where everyone has the opportunity to contribute their unique talents.
Absolutely.
And make a difference.
Moving past the lone genius idea.
Right.
Recognizing that real progress often comes from collective effort.
Yeah, diverse perspectives.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to ask, when Gates was talking about AI in consciousness.
Yeah.
Did it make you wonder if machines could ever, actually experience feelings or develop a sense of self?
It's the age-old question, right?
Yeah.
Like, philosophers and scientists have been trying to figure that out forever.
Yeah.
And while AI has come so far, I think
Yeah.
we're still a long way from really understanding consciousness.
I think so too. There's something about, the subjective experience of being human that just seems fundamentally different
It does.
than anything we can program right now.
It's not just about processing information or solving problems.
Yeah.
It's about feeling emotions,
Yeah.
having intuition, forming relationships.
Yeah.
It's the messy, unpredictable parts of being human
Yeah, the irrational parts.
that make us who we are.
And maybe that's okay.
Maybe it is.
Like, while we're trying to create these machines that can think and learn, we also need to appreciate our own human experience.
The complexity of it. Yeah.
Like, technology should serve humanity.
It should.
Not the other way around.
I agree.
So as we're exploring these new frontiers of technology, it's crucial to remember, appreciate and nurture the things that make us human.
Absolutely. The things that make us human.
It's kind of like he's saying that AI can process all this information and solve problems really well, but it can't really understand or experience the world like we do as humans.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting how Gates's views on AI and consciousness have really evolved over time.
They have.
He brought up that past interview from 1997.
Yeah, where he was like...
Where he was so sure
that,
replicating human intelligence was right around the corner.
Yeah, but now...
Now he's got a much more nuanced take on things.
It's like he's saying that AI can do all these amazing things, but it still lacks that depth of understanding.
Right, like the emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence.
The subjective experience that makes us human.
And he even talks about how being a parent
Yes.
and watching his kids grow has given him like a whole new appreciation for that.
Yeah, for the complexity of human consciousness.
Yeah.
It's not just about logic and calculation.
Right.
It's about feeling emotions, having intuition, forming those bonds and relationships.
So then, what happens when machines start making decisions that affect human lives?
That's a huge question.
It is.
And it's not just about efficiency anymore. It's about values, morality, and what it means to be human.
So we're venturing into this uncharted territory, you know?
Are.
And we're creating something with this incredible potential for good.
But also potential risks if we don't
do it right.
If we don't proceed thoughtfully and carefully.
Yeah, it's like we're writing the next chapter in human history.
I love that analogy.
And we really need to be careful about the story we're telling.
We do.
And it's not a story just for the tech experts to tell.
No, we need everyone.
We need philosophers, ethicists, social scientists.
Artists, poets, everyone.
Yeah, because this is going to impact everyone.
It really will.
Now, I want to go back to something else Gates talked about.
Yeah. What's that?
Self-discovery. And how he talked about piecing together his own memories to better understand himself.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was really insightful.
It's so human, isn't it?
It is.
That desire to look back and try to make sense of our past.
To understand how we became who we are.
And even someone like Bill Gates.
Who's accomplished so much.
Yeah, even him.
Recognizes the role of luck and circumstance in his journey.
And he was very specific about the support he received,
Yeah.
From his family, his mentors, his colleagues.
It was like he was making a point to say, I didn't get here alone.
Yeah, that's important.
It underscores the importance of mentorship and guidance, especially for young people.
It can make all the difference.
Having someone who believes in you.
Yeah.
And helps you develop your talents.
It's about creating an environment where people feel empowered.
Yeah.
To take risks, to learn from their mistakes, to pursue their passions.
And it's not just about individual success either, right?
Right. It's about cultivating a culture of collaboration,
Yeah.
of support, where everyone has the opportunity to contribute their own unique talents, their own perspective.
And to make a difference.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that progress comes from collective effort.
Yeah, from different voices coming together.
Diverse perspectives.
Now, I have to ask you this. When Gates was talking about AI and consciousness, did it make you wonder if machines could ever truly experience feelings or develop a sense of self?
I mean, it's the big question, isn't it? The question that philosophers and scientists have been wrestling with for centuries.
It's a big one.
And while AI has made these incredible advancements.
Yeah.
I think we're still a long way from understanding the complexities of consciousness.
Yeah, I think so too. There's something about the subjective experience of being human. That just seems fundamentally different from anything we can currently program.
It's not just about processing information or solving complex equations.
Right.
It's about those
The
feelings,
emotions,
the
the
intuition, the
relationship.
messy, unpredictable, often irrational parts of being human.
Yeah, the things that make us who we are.
Exactly. And maybe, just maybe, that's a good thing.
Maybe it is.
You know, while we're striving to create machines that can think and learn,
Yeah.
we also need to appreciate the beauty and complexity
Yeah.
of our own human experience.
So remember that technology should serve humanity,
It should.
not the other way around.
Couldn't agree more.
As we wrap up our deep dive into Bill Gates' interview,
Yeah.
I have one final question for you.
Oh, okay, shoot.
If you could ask Bill Gates one question, just one, based on everything we've talked about today, what would it be?
That's a tough one. There's so much to ask him, but, I think I'd want to know,
Yeah.
knowing what he knows now about the potential and the risks of AI, what advice would he give to the next generation?
Yeah, the next generation of technologists and innovators.
The ones who are going to shape the future.
I think it would be incredibly valuable to hear his perspective on that.
Yeah, given his unique experience, both as a tech visionary.
And a philanthropist.
Exactly.
Well, on that thought-provoking note,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time to bring our deep dive to a close.
I agree.
But remember, the conversation doesn't end here.
It doesn't. Keep exploring. Keep questioning.
Keep engaging with these ideas.
The future is what we make it.
Absolutely. That's a perfect way to end this episode.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
We'll catch you next time.